Hi guys, back with another video for you today. Another introduction to a new house. They're not that new. They've been around since 2018, I believe. I discovered them in 2019, the earlier part of 2019, in the city of Paris in France. This is where the brand's from, I believe. They're a French brand. This is J.U.S Parfums. They're really beautiful bottles, I have to say. This is one of the bottles I'm going to talk to you about here. This is Cuirissime. Another one is this one here, Coffeeze. Another one is Sexycrush. And then finally, we've got Gingerlise, this one right here. So we're going to talk to you about 4 fragrances today. The brand is doing a giveaway as well. 1 discovery set giveaway to a subscriber of this channel worldwide. So this is a worldwide giveaway. Now it's time for you to discover this brand. So if you're curious to learn about them, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yes, today we're talking about J.U.S or J.U Parfums from France. As I said, I discovered them in the earlier part of 2019, and I just quickly was drawn to their bottles because they're very visual bottles, and I really love them for that. As you can see, really colorful, bright colors. Although 2 of the bottles I'm talking about today are black, but they also have other colors. I enjoyed some of the smells, and that's why I'm doing this video. I've contacted the brand. So I had fallen in love with Gingerlise, and I'm kind of obsessed with ginger fragrances lately, so I'm going to talk to you about that one. This particular bottle I purchased myself. The other ones were sent to me as I contacted the brand and asked them to do this video for you guys. So there is a 10% discount code in the info box. You can also check out the brand and, you know, if you're curious, use that discount code. And of course, we are doing that giveaway worldwide. It's a discovery set of all of the fragrances from this brand. So before I get to the fragrances, if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So are you familiar with this brand? If you are, do let me know. Do you have a favorite from this house? Do let me know. So we've got 4 fragrances and we've got 4 different perfumers. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is Gingerlise, the one I'm kind of really obsessing over because I'm really digging ginger lately. I like that kind of zingy spiciness of the ginger. It's a fresh spice, and this particular fragrance here to me is even fresher, like it's freshened up with the bergamot note. There's definitely lots of citruses here, so you have that bite of the ginger in here, but still it's very, very fresh. Along with the bergamot and the ginger, you've got Angelica, you've got Musks, Ambroxan, pink pepper, Hedione, and Cabreuva. This is created by Alexandra Carlin. So as I said, ginger has been really calling me lately. I'm really digging the idea of ginger in fragrances. I like that intensity of the spice, the zing, the bite, the kick. Imagine if you've had sushi, you've eaten the ginger, or if you've cut into the fresh ginger and put some of it in your mouth. It's really, really intense flavor, and I'm digging it in fragrances. Here, it's not that intense because it is freshened up. As I said, the bergamot is really great, so it's a contrast of very, very fresh, juicy bergamot along with that kind of bite in the ginger here. But along the way, you've got the musks. There's that ambroxan. There's a little bit more spiciness from pink pepper. There is some floral touches in here as well. A little vegetal. A very little amount of vegetal, but it's really, really fresh. If you're looking for a fresh fragrance, a new one to, you know, wear in the heat outside and you're kind of tired of all citruses or florals, and maybe you thought ginger is the way to go, this is definitely one you should check out. And again, these are great looking bottles. I'm obsessed with them because they're so visual and they're so colorful. I'm really drawn to the colors and their designs. The other thing about these bottles is they're refillable bottles. You can open these up. So if you ever run out of the juice, you don't have to throw your bottle away. You can get a refill of it. And of course, the cap, it's got the name of the brand on it. So this is Gingerlise, great scent, created by Alexandra Carlin. We've got some even more not popular, I shouldn't say that word. We even have more famous perfumers coming down the line here. I know of Alexandra Carlin, but I know the other ones a little more. So Gingerlise, though, is definitely one of my favorites from this house. So the next 2 fragrances are tied. The reason they're tied is because they're really, really great smells to me. And sadly, the 4th one turned out to be not my favorite after I've been testing it out. But the second fragrance from this house, J.U Parfums or J.U.S Parfums, is Coffeeze. Coffeeze is a delicious coffee fragrance that's not overly coffeed. with oud and also patchouli. There's that magic word for me. Patchouli is so delicious in this particular fragrance. It's almost like you're having patchouli coffee, because I'm obsessed with coffee. I'm addicted to it. I drink it daily. I get sick drinking this stuff because I'm just so addicted to it. Then I'm also addicted to patchouli, so this is kind of like the best of the both worlds. So this is created by Aurelien Guichard. If you don't know this perfumer, I've spoken about him recently in a couple of videos. Of course, Matière Première is his brand, and then he recently did the fragrance hero for Burberry, the EDP version. Well, he's done both of them. But to me, this is smelling so good when I wear it. I absolutely love it. It's lots of patchouli. It's the earthy patchouli, and the kind of patchouli that I always talk about, like chocolate cakey. There are those kind of layers with this particular patchouli. So there's warmth under here, and then along with this kind of chocolate cakiness, you got that coffee. And the coffee, as I said, is not overwhelming. It's there. It complements the patchouli. It enhances the patchouli, so it brings out a little more of a coffee-like experience, more in a patchouli way. Along with the patchouli and Santos coffee, there's oud, Firbest, incense, sandalwood, tonka beans, cashmere, and astratone. But really a great combination. I feel like this is a great autumn fragrance, especially if you like that very sexy smell of patchouli, the earthiness, the sparkliness, and the kind of a chocolatiness, the chocolate cakiness that's associated with patchouli in fragrances, along with that, you know, dosage of coffee and of course oud here. This is really a delicious fragrance. It is a favorite of mine. I think the first three are really very closely tied. Sadly, number 4 didn't work out for me that well. I mean, I like the idea of it and I was smelling it on me. I was much appreciating these three first fragrances. But either way, Coffeeze, check it out, from the house of J.U.S Parfums or J.U.S Parfums. So up next we have a leather fragrance, and this is Cuirissime, this one right here. And I love this bottle. Again, these are all refillable bottles, as you can see. They do come apart. But this is such a beautiful and very like striking bottle. Like, I'm totally drawn to the colors. There's also, I think there's also a orange colored bottle as well. There might be a yellow one as well. But very visual bottles that really, that's what I was drawn to as soon as I saw them at that Printemps store in Paris. But this is Cuirissime. It's a leather fragrance created by Fabrice Pellegrin. If you don't know this perfumer, he's done fragrances for Diptyque among many other brands. So I really do like his creations. But this features notes of leather, violet leaves, iris concrete, amber extreme, which is amber woody, Hedione, which is floral jasmine, and finally astratone, which is musk. We already mentioned astratone in the last fragrance, but it is here as well. For me, this is leather with a violet candy-like experience. So on the J.U.S Parfums website, they only mentioned violet leaves as a note, but they did mention violet in some of the write-ups that they did. So I definitely experience violet because I get different smells from the violet leaves versus the violet flowers themselves. And for me, I've had plenty of violet candy, and to me, this is kind of like a leather fragrance experience with the violet candy and all the ozonic and watery, crisp touches of the violet leaves. So it's a violet overdose for me. You definitely pick up the flowers, you definitely pick up the leaves, along with the leather, and then there's powdery touches here as well. There's definitely the iris happening here, and it's definitely ambery, and of course there's some light floral touches, and eventually it becomes musky. But this is really a great smelling fragrance. Really do love this one, and the first three fragrances from this house that I'm speaking about today are my favorites. Really smell great on me with my chemistry, and really love the bottles, as you can see. Look at that. Very colorful bottles, except, you know, we've got the black bottles here as well. So anyway, this is Cuirissime, created by Fabrice Pellegrin for J.U.S Parfums or J.U.S Parfums. Alright, and finally we're talking about Sexycrush, this one right here. This bottle and this bottle are similar, as you can see, Gingerlise and Sexycrush. So Sexycrush is created by Eleanor Messonnier, so she's definitely a perfumer I'm familiar with. This one, sadly, I don't know, it didn't work out for me as much, but I feel like this is a very popular fragrance for this house because of the combination of notes. I don't know why it wasn't working with me as well, but I'm sure if you try it, you might dig this one. But this is kind of like that rose oud combo, kind of a fragrance experience, along with the vanillic touches. So there's rose here, there's oud, there's vanilla, there's labdanum, there's spices, patchouli, tonka beans, myrrh. So it's definitely resinous and definitely spicy with ambery experience here. It's also very balsamic. You've got labdanum here to create the ambery experience with the vanilla. but then of course you've got that kind of rose and oud experience here with that oudiness, woodiness from the oud and then the rose. To me, this also kind of goes into a direction like Oud Bouquet from Lancôme and something like that, but not as gourmand because it doesn't have kind of like the praline or gourmand chocolatey note in here. So if you like the idea of that and you felt it was too sweet, this is definitely one that you can, you know, check out to see if it's something that you might like, because it kind of sort of goes in that direction but doesn't get all very sweet and like gourmandish, whereas that particular fragrance or fragrances like that do get gourmand because they have the rose oud ambery experience plus the kind of the praline chocolate kind of experience in there or smell in there. This one doesn't. So you might think this one, it just wasn't working for me, but I feel like this is definitely a popular fragrance in this house because I know that people like these kind of fragrances with the rose oud and then of course the vanilla and labdanum. So this is J.U.S Parfums Sexycrush, or I should say J.U.S Parfums Sexycrush, and that's the fourth fragrance I'm going to talk to you about today. Do let me know if you're a fan of this house, or do let me know if this is the first time you're hearing about this house. I'd like to find out. They do sell on their website. I'm not sure where they're selling here in the States yet, but definitely on the website there's a 10% discount code. You can check out my links in the info box and go there and check out the fragrances. They have a pretty fun website to, you know, kind of like experience some of the fragrances and things like that and see what they look like, the bottles. Because as I said, this is a very visually beautiful presentation for the bottles, and immediately I was drawn to them when I first found their fragrances at Printemps. So now on to the giveaway. We have one discovery set giveaway for a subscriber of this channel from the entire world. So this is a worldwide giveaway. So please put down a comment below and let me know which fragrance would you pick if you had to pick from what you heard me talking about today. Do that and tell me also what you liked about this video, and then finally put your country where you're commenting from, and if you're commenting from the USA, please put down your state. I'd like to find out where you're commenting from. Please follow the rules, otherwise you won't qualify, and please make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching today's video on another new house introduction on the channel. I'm sure I'm going to be talking about the 3 favorite fragrances very soon, so stay tuned for that. I'll be featuring some of those fragrances in different videos because I really do like the first 3 fragrances from this house. But stay tuned for that. Other than that, I appreciate you tuning in. As I said, please like this video, please share it, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.